Good morning, students. Welcome you all in the class of History Civics. And today I am going to start a chapter from your civics syllabus. So till now we have completed only first topic from your civics syllabus, and that is our constitution. So in that chapter we learned about the meaning of the term constitution. Then we came to know about the constitution making process, about the constituent assembly, drafting committee and passage of the constitution. Then I also discussed with you about the significance of the date 26th of January. Okay, why this date was chosen to just execute the constitution. Okay, so these all important issues, they were discussed in the previous chapter, and today I am going to start the second chapter from your civics syllabus, and that is the salient features of the Indian constitution, of our constitution. Okay, so listen carefully. Actually, our constitution is not only a statement about the values and philosophy, but it has just clearly laid down certain objectives, okay, for the government, which the government has to achieve. Means the constitution makers has decided certain goals, certain objectives for the government to achieve, and at the same time, the constitution also describes about the structure of the government, about the different organs of the government, legislature, executive and judiciary, and as well as it also describes about the fundamental rights and duties of the citizens. That's why this constitution is considered as the basis of the governance of the country. Okay, both in terms of goals as well as objectives also. So the constitution of the country has certain special features, certain salient features, okay, about which I am going to discuss right now. So first important feature of our constitution is single citizenship. So what is meant by single citizenship? Okay, let us know. Though the Indian constitution is federal, okay, federal means here the powers are divided between the center and the state government, okay, and as far as the citizen is concerned, our constitution provides only for a single citizenship, and that is only Indian citizenship. Means we, the people of India, are only the citizen of India. We are only the Indian citizens. Okay, but in countries like USA, the people, they enjoy dual citizenship. Means the person is not only a citizen of USA, but he or she is also a citizen of the state to which he or she belongs, and at the same time he or she enjoys the dual sets of rights, the rights which are provided to him or her by the central government, and another set of rights which is provided, which is conferred by the state government. So dual sets of rights is enjoyed by the citizen in the country like USA. Why? Because in USA the people enjoys dual citizenship, but in our country India only single citizenship is provided to the citizens by the constitution makers. Okay, but here I would like to tell you something important. What is this? Listen. Recently, the Indian government has decided to grant overseas citizenship of India. Okay, means the citizens who come from abroad, they will also be just provided the Indian citizenship. But such citizens, they will not enjoy voting and other constitutional rights. Their rights are limited. Okay, so this was all about the single citizenship. Now children, listen about the another salient feature of the constitution, and that is the welfare state. So first of all, let us know about the term welfare state and what does it mean. So our country has adopted the ideal of welfare state, okay, and is fully committed to achieve it. Okay, so what is meant by this welfare state? What is the welfare state? What is the definition of welfare state? So actually the welfare state is a concept of the government in which the government plays a significant role in protection and promotion of social and economic well-being of its people. Means welfare state is a country where government makes all the possible effort for the social and economic development, economic progress of its people. Okay, a welfare state is based on the principles of social, economic and political equality. So in our country India, this equality is followed. For example, social equality. Okay, so fundamental rights contained in part 3rd of the constitution, they clearly mention, okay, that no discrimination will be made among the people on the basis of religion, caste, sex, race or place of birth. Okay, then economic equality. For economic equality, it is clearly mentioned in our constitution that the state shall direct its policy. The government will make its policy in order to ensure to its citizens the adequate means of livelihood. Okay, and as far as the political equality is concerned, so in India, all citizens, irrespective of the state in which they live, are just having the same political and civil rights. No discrimination is made between the people of India. Okay. So in our country we can say the concept of welfare state is fully followed. Okay, so these were some of the special features of our constitution. In the next video we will know about some more special features of the constitution. Till then, have a good day.